What did the devil want Jesus to? Turn into bread in the wilderness? Answer: C. Stones. And the tempter came to him and said, If you are the Son of God, command that these stones become bread. What sign did God leave to prove that the earth would never again be flooded? Answer: C. The rainbow. The rainbow shall be in the cloud, and I will look on it to remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth. And God said to Noah, This is the sign of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. What was the name of Abraham's nephew? Answer: C. Lot. Then Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the people whom they had acquired in Haran, and they departed to go to the land of Canaan. So they came to the land of Canaan. In which book is it written, Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked? Answer: A. Psalms. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. Where did Moses put his hand when it became leprous? Answer: C. His cloak. Then the Lord said, Put your hand inside your cloak. So Moses put his hand into his cloak, and when he took it out, the skin was leprous. It had become as white as snow. Now put it back into your cloak. He sighed. So Moses put his hand back into his cloak, and when he took it out, it was restored, like the rest of his flesh. Whose house did Peter go to after the angel freed him from prison? Answer: A. Mary's. When this had dawned on him, he went to the house of Mary, the mother of John, also called Mark, where many people had gathered and were praying. Which brother of Jesus was the leader of the church in Jerusalem? Answer: C. James. The head of the Jerusalem church was James, the brother of Jesus Christ, according to the flesh. He was one of the first bishops of Jerusalem, and presided over the first council in Jerusalem, described in the Acts of the Apostles. James is also the author of the Epistle of James in the New Testament. What happened first when the Lamb opened the seventh seal of Revelation? Answer: C. There was silence in heaven when the Lamb, Jesus Christ, opens the seventh seal. There is about half an hour of silence in heaven, and then 7 angels receive 7 trumpets, through which new calamities and judgments upon the earth will follow. When he opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. Where did Deborah judge the people of Israel? Answer: B. Under a palm tree. She held court under the palm of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim, and the Israelites went up to her to have their disputes decided. Who was the first to be taken up to heaven without experiencing death? Write your answer in the comments. I'm very curious to see how well you know the Bible. And now, let's move on to the next question. Who was taken up to heaven in a whirlwind? By a chariot of fire? Answer B. Elijah. The Old Testament prophet Elijah was taken up to heaven in a whirlwind on a chariot of fire. This took place according to the biblical book of 2 Kings, where it is described how a chariot of fire and horses of fire separated Elijah from his disciple Elisha, and the prophet was taken up to heaven. Who saved her people by becoming Queen of Persia? Answer B. Esther. Esther, who was herself Jewish and lived in the Persian Empire, became Queen of Persia. With great courage, she exposed the evil plans of Haman, the king's vizier, who sought to destroy the Jews, and through her bravery she saved her people from annihilation. What is rottenness to the bones? Answer C. Envy. A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. Fact. The Bible often warns against envy, showing that it not only destroys relationships, but also eats away at a person from within. In contrast, peace in the heart brings health and life. Who was a mighty hunter before? The Lord, so that it was said, like a mighty hunter before the Lord? Answer A. Nimrod. Nimrod was a mighty hunter before the Lord. That is why it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. Fact. Nimrod, a great-grandson of Noah, is remembered as a powerful ruler and hunter. He is traditionally associated with the founding of several ancient cities, including Babel, highlighting the rise of early kingdoms after the flood. Noah had a son named Ham. Ham had a son named Cush, and Cush had a son named Nimrod. Which prophet is called the weeping prophet? Answer C. Jeremiah. Oh, that my head were a spring of water in my eyes, a fountain of tears, I would weep day and night for the slain of my people. Fact. Jeremiah is often called the weeping prophet because of his deep sorrow over Judah's sins and the coming destruction of Jerusalem. His writings, including the Book of Lamentations, reveal his compassionate heart and his burden for God's people. Thank you for watching. Write in the comments how many questions you managed to answer. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.